Welcome to the Grim Tapes. Imagine a place so sinister, so mysteriously constructed, that its very foundations may have been laid to cover a gate to hell. Not metaphorically, but quite literally, a gaping hole said to lead straight into the underworld. This is not a story born from fiction, nor a horror writer's twisted imagination. This is the legend of Houska Castle. Nestled deep in the forests of the Czech Republic, Houska Castle is no ordinary fortress. Built in the 13th century, far away from any strategic roads, trade routes, or settlements, this Gothic structure seems to defy all logic. There's no record of it being used for military defense. There's no river, no farmland, and no economy around it. So why was it built? According to local legend, Houska Castle was constructed not to protect from outside threats, but to keep something inside. Something evil. Something ancient. In today's deeply detailed journey, we'll explore every eerie corridor of Houska Castle. From historical oddities and paranormal sightings to tales of demonic creatures and secret Nazi experiments. Are we looking at Europe's real gateway to hell? Stay with us as we uncover one of the most terrifying stories in paranormal lore. The location makes no sense. Let's begin with the basics. Houska Castle is located in the middle of nowhere, literally. When it was built, there were no nearby villages or towns. It wasn't close to any political or economic hub. In fact, it was constructed in an area that served no apparent purpose. This raises a huge red flag. Medieval castles were typically built for defensive or strategic reasons. They were positioned along borders, atop hills for better visibility, or near important trade routes. But Houska Castle? It's hidden deep within dense woods, and oddly enough, there's no water source nearby. The nearest city is Prague, but even that's over an hour away by modern transport. So if the location didn't offer any tactical advantage, what purpose did the castle serve? That's where the mystery deepens. Built over a bottomless pit. According to Czech folklore, the site where the castle stands today was once a massive hole in the earth. Locals believe this hole was a direct passage to hell. They claimed that half-human, half-animal creatures emerged from it. These beasts reportedly dragged people into the darkness, never to be seen again. Terrified villagers refused to go near it. Birds were said to avoid flying over the pit. The area was so feared that, eventually, a decision was made to seal it. The order to build the castle came from Ottokar II of Bohemia. But the structure he ordered was unlike any other castle. The main chapel was constructed directly over the pit, with layers of thick stone poured down to seal it. Instead of fortifying the exterior, the early builders focused inward, on trapping whatever was beneath the earth. Strange architecture. Houska Castle's architectural layout is just as bizarre as its origin story. The windows are fake, literally. Many are just ornamental and serve no practical function. There's no kitchen in the original design. There's barely any living space. And oddly, the castle is oriented inwards rather than outwards, defying every norm of castle construction. Most castles were built to repel enemies, with defensive walls, towers, and escape routes. Houska seems like it was designed to keep something contained, not out. The chapel built over the pit is the spiritual heart of the structure, suggesting it wasn't just a structural plug, it was a spiritual seal. Early experiments and volunteers. One of the most disturbing legends about Houska Castle involves a bizarre experiment conducted before construction began. According to reports, prisoners condemned to death were offered a pardon, if they agreed to be lowered into the pit. One volunteer was chosen. He was tied with a rope and dropped into the darkness. Moments later, he began to scream violently. When they pulled him up, he was incoherent, trembling, and visibly aged. He reportedly babbled about monsters and unspeakable horrors. He died just days later. It was after this chilling incident that construction over the pit truly began. Nazi occupation and occult rituals. Fast forward to World War II. Nazi forces took control of Houska Castle. This wasn't a random occupation. Many historians believe the Nazis were drawn to the castle because of its dark history. The Nazi regime had divisions specifically focused on occult practices, particularly the SS. During their time at Houska, it's believed the Nazis conducted arcane rituals and strange experiments. Locals reported strange lights and noises during the night. Some accounts suggest human sacrifices. Unfortunately, most of the Nazi records about their time at Houska were destroyed or lost. But what we do know is that when the war ended, the castle was abandoned in haste, leaving behind occult symbols and unexplainable markings on the walls. Modern encounters and paranormal activity. In the decades since, Houska Castle has been the site of numerous ghost sightings and paranormal encounters. Visitors report hearing screams from beneath the floorboards. Shadows move where there is no light. One common experience is a suffocating presence near the chapel. Others have captured orbs and strange voices on recording devices. There are also accounts of a black-winged creature seen on the premises. Some claim it resembles a hybrid between a man and a bat. Others say it looks demonic. Security guards have refused to work night shifts due to repeated sightings of hooded figures and unexplained noises. Ghost hunters and investigators continue to visit the castle. Many leave with more questions than answers. Theories and explanations. So what could be happening here? There are several theories. One is geological. Some skeptics believe the pit was a natural sinkhole or cavern, and the legends were exaggerated. Another theory leans toward psychological explanations, suggesting that the eerie architecture and dark folklore prime visitors to hallucinate or misinterpret what they see and feel. But then there's the spiritual theory, that Houska Castle is indeed a prison for something evil. A gate that was sealed, but not destroyed. And every year, the spiritual barrier grows weaker. Why this story still terrifies? The tale of Houska Castle continues to haunt because it touches on a deep-rooted fear, the fear that evil is not only real, but physically manifest in our world. It's not just a haunted house or a cursed object. It's a place specifically built to contain a supernatural force. No matter how much technology advances, no matter how skeptical society becomes, the story of Houska endures. And for many, the question remains, did they actually succeed in sealing the gate, or did they simply delay the inevitable? So, what do you believe? Is Houska Castle really a gateway to hell? Or is it simply a misunderstood monument wrapped in folklore and fear? We want to hear your thoughts. Do you think ancient evil can be contained by bricks and prayers? Would you spend a night in Houska Castle alone? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow horror enthusiasts, and most importantly, subscribe to the Grim Tapes for more in-depth investigations into the world's darkest mysteries. Until next time, keep your lights on and your curiosity alive. Because the truth is often much darker than fiction.